Hi everyone, it's Asia here, Lemon Creation. So recently, by pure accident, I found this hack with kitchen towels and I'm gonna be sharing it today with you, so stay tuned. Sometimes when I am using sprays for my projects, I either use an old box to put the projects inside and then spray it, or I use a kitchen towel. Just because like that, the excess of the paint is actually going into the kitchen towel instead of going at the back of the card, making the card or the paper very wet and very dirty at the back. So this is basically how I'm doing. I'm gonna just show you so you know what I mean. This spray malfunctioned, so I changed it into another one. Just took a piece of scrap paper so you can see how is it done. But as you can see, it's very straightforward. And the kitchen towel is very useful when you have malfunctioning sprays. And you can, of course, use for that also a piece of cloth. But I had these towels and I had them kind of half used. They were still quite dry, like after spraying, and quite, maybe not even dry, but quite clean. So instead of throwing them to the bin, I decided to actually keep them. And this is the wet one, which I've just done. But here we go. I have a stack of dry ones already. And I said to myself that, well, I'm gonna keep them. On top of that, I can reuse them. And on top of that, they have this nice kind of circular, how do you call it? Texture? Yes, texture. So by accident, once when I was just doing I don't know what, I took a piece of it and I realized that it actually, it's like two-layer paper, in my case anyway, and they were separating those two layers and both layers were very nicely colored. And I decided to check how it works on the paper. So here you see I am separating it. As always, I love uneven edges. So like with washi tapes, also with this one, I prefer to just tear it so it's irregular. And I decided to, as I mentioned, glue it to the paper. And I was so very happy with the result. And then I decided to make a film with it. Probably the hack is known by some of you. I don't even try to tell you that I am the one who invented it, but I actually, for myself, I came it just to know it by accident. I haven't watched any videos, so it was actually kind of my invention for this project anyway, because I didn't get it from anybody. And so I was super happy with it. I didn't even know that, like in case of tissues, I know that they have like 2-3 layers, but I didn't know that the kitchen towel is actually separating like that. And I'm sure everything depends on the kitchen towel. Mine is not. It's one of the cheap brands. It's like from my local shop, shop brand. Nothing really special. But I always liked the fact that it has this circular, nice texture. And also, well, as a kitchen towel, is quite a nice kitchen towel. And as you've seen, it can take a lot of sprays. So it's very absorbent. And so I think now I'm gonna be using it quite a lot. And it's very useful when you are using a lot of sprays, because honestly, the sprays just go so well into the kitchen towel itself that they don't actually make the back of your paper dirty, or the transfer of the paint to the back. It's really minimal. It's so absorbing, so cool. So keeping it, and using for different projects with different colors, for once is a good way to save environment a little bit more, because you are reusing it, and then also you're giving it different colors, and sometimes you're coming up with the very nice mix of colors you wouldn't probably think of doing by itself. And I wanted to also point out, I don't know if you've seen the last piece I've done, it's just separated so nicely. It made this beautiful, like broken kind of, I don't know, lines, edges, so nice. And then also I decided to replace all of them and make them blue and turquoise instead of adding these yellow pieces. And I have a little, or I had a little bit of problem with adding the glue because it's so now once separated is so delicate, but it's still doable, and you can maybe use it also like a liquid glue. Maybe it will work better. Either way, I'm using this time just a normal regular stick. And then also, if you want a bit more of the texture, you can just glue it on the smooth side to the paper, or you can just turn it upside down and you know, glue it on this more raised surface, or put the glue on the raised surface and just make it so the more smoother one is showing off. So you can do you can do really nice magic with that. And I'm thinking that the collaging of few different pieces, few different colored pieces of that, it would look very nicely. And maybe a few different texture also, because I know that these papers comes with different textures, and anyway we use them at home, so it's not like we have to buy them extra for our projects. We usually have them at hand, so it could be really nice. Also, I know that it exists this kind of paper kitchen towels, like you know, kind of recycled ones. So I'm thinking that could be really nice with kind of like vintage projects, vintage paints. Really nice thing to just try. I'm really happy I just thought about doing that. And you know, sometimes when you don't have an idea and you're just sitting at your desk and just browsing through your stuff, you can come up with things which are super cool, I find it. And for this project in particular, I didn't want to add too much elements. And anyway, you know, I am kind of a minimalistic person if it comes to art and the projects. Here are few photos, few close-ups, so you can see the texture and the colors. So I wanted to keep it, you know, quite, I don't know, yes, quite minimalistic, and just so the color and the texture of the kitchen towel is actually quite visible. And I'm not sure if when you are looking at the project itself, you're thinking that that was done with kitchen towels. I think it's, you know, if you wouldn't know, you wouldn't think that it's coming from the kitchen towels, which is super cool. You would think that probably you use some embossing folder or something, and that's really nice. Also, I'm adding a tiny bit of splashes. Be careful with the splashes, because when they go into the kitchen towel, they tend to kind of, you know, get bigger because the towel is absorbing it. I use for that my new Polo Rubens watercolors, because the black is very opaque, very nice black. So I use it with this black. And I'm gonna be using some die cuts from SAPPHEIROS. I'm gonna give you a link to all the products used in this video in the description box below. And some of them are from SAPPHEIROS, and some of them are my old kind of die cuts, which I don't know where they are coming from. I think this one, I'm not sure where is it coming from. And this one is from SAPPHEIROS. And I didn't mention also, when I was, sometimes, you know, when I have a little bit of time, I'm preparing my cards for ATC. So I'm taking my cutting board and I'm cutting the cards to have them at hand. And because I don't like usually cutting. And then also sometimes when I have my not washing machine, no, sewing machine. When I have my sewing machine out, I also run some of the cards through the sewing machine. So like that, for later on, I have the cards already with the thread. And as you can see, I decided for this project to actually use those cards with a thread. And there is quite a lot of thread hanging, so later I'll cut a little bits and pieces of it, so I have a little bit less of the thread. I am using tacky glue to glue my my elements, my die cuts. Some of them were cut from the black cardstock paper, but some of them were white, and I actually colored them in black with the Ohuhu marker, alcohol marker, which is super cool and it has very nice coverage. I use the, you know, the wide nib, because like that I don't usually use the wide nib, so like that I can actually use it for something, and you cannot even see the difference. So look at that. So as I mentioned, I used Ohuhu black alcohol marker for that. And I use also my super messy, no, very messy sentiments, and no, super messy words also. And I just didn't use the full sentiments. I used the parts of it because I prefer for this project that the sentiments are a little bit smaller. So I think that's it, guys. No, there is one more thing I've done. At the very end, of course, I add the black backing to my cards, because when I add the black backing, first of all, the cards look more finished. They have more contrast, which works very nicely with the black foliage. And then also, because just in case if there is some dirt or some you know, some paint transfer or wherever at the back of the card, and in this case it's more the sewing, which is not as nice on the other side of the card, even though it's completely not perfect, my sewing, you can see it clearly, but it looks much better if I add some backing, especially that these cards I'm taking care of making my ATCs, because these cards I always add to the orders in my shop. Every order over 70 euro, the postage included, gets a free ATC card, handmade, unique ATC card. So I always do it as well as I can, so it does look professionally handmade. And so I am not ashamed to actually put it with your orders. And here we go, 6 cards. I really absolutely love this texture, and I'm gonna try it with a few different colors. I just need to have more of the colors on my kitchen towels. I hope you like this video. If you do, thank you so much for pressing the thumbs up or sharing with your friends. And as always, I very appreciate all of your comments. I'm reading them all, and I'll be very happy if you actually have a look at my shop. You can find them there: stencils, stamps, ephemera, art journals, and my sentiments. And that would be all from me. I wish you, as always, a beautiful day, and I hope I'm gonna see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.